Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new topic of chapter Paths to Modernization. Today we will read about the establishing of the Republic in China. Manchu dynasty overthrown and a republic established in 1911 under Sun Yat-sen. He studied medicine but was greatly concerned about the fate of China. Yat-sen programs were called the Three Principles. These were nationalism. This meant overthrowing the Manchus, who were seen as the foreign dynasty, as well as other foreign imperialists, democracy or establishing democratic government, and socialism regulating capital and equalizing landholding. Revolutionaries asked for driving out the foreigners and to control natural resources, to remove inequalities, reduce poverty. Advocated reforms. Use of simple language, abolished foot binding and female subordination, equality in marriage and economic development. Sun Yat-sen idea became the basis of the political philosophy of Kuomintang, which were identified the four great needs: clothing, food, housing, and transportation. After the death of Sun, Chiang Kai-shek emerged as the leader of Kuomintang. He launched military campaign to control the warlords, regional leaders who had taken the authority, and to eliminate the communists. He advocated a secular and rational, this worldly Confucianism. He encouraged women to cultivate the four virtues of chastity, appearance, speech, and work, and recognize their role as a confined to the household. The Kuomintang, despite its attempt to unite the country, failed because of its shallow social and political vision. Sun Yat-sen's program of regulating capital and equalizing land was never carried out. The party ignored the peasantry and the rising social inequality. It sought to impose military order rather than address the problem faced by the people. The rise of the Communist Party of China. When the Japanese invaded China in 1937, the Kuomintang retreated. The long and the exhausting war weakened China. Prices rose 30% per month between 1945 to 1949 and utterly destroyed the life of the ordinary people. Factors. Rural China faced two crises. First was ecological factor: soil exhaustion, deforestation, and floods. And second was socio-economic factors: exploitative land tenure system, indebtedness, primitive technology, poor communication. Now, the establishing the new democracy from 1949 to 65. The People Republic of China government was established in 1949. It was based on the principle of the new democracy and alliances of all social classes. Critical area of economy were put under government control. Private enterprises and private ownership of land were abolished. The Great Leap Forward movement, launched in 1958, was a policy to galvanize the country to industrialize rapidly. Mao was able to mobilize the masses to attain the goals set by the party. His concern was with creating a socialist man who would have five loves: fatherland, people, labor, science, and public property. Liu Shaoqi and then Xiaoping tried to modify the commune system as it was not working efficiently. The steel produced in the backyard furnace was unsuitable industry. Great proletarian culture revolution. The conflict between the concept of socialist man and those who objected to emphasize on ideology rather than expertise Liu Mao to launch the Great Proletarian Culture Revolution in 1965. The Red Guards, mainly students, and the army was used for a campaign against old culture, old customs, and old habits. Students and professionals were sent to countryside to learn from the masses. Ideology became more important than professional knowledge. Denunciations and slogans replaced rational debates. The Cultural Revolution began a period of turmoil, weakened the party, and severely disrupted the economy and educational system. In 1975, the party once again laid emphasis on greater social discipline and the need to build an industrial economy. Now, the reforms of 1978, Deng Xiaoping. Deng Xiaoping kept party control strong while introducing a socialist market economy. In 1978, the party declared its goal as the four modernization: science, industry, agriculture, and defense. The fifth modernization proclaimed that without democracy, the other modernization would come to nothing. In 1989, on the 70th anniversary of the May 4th movement, many intellectuals called for a greater openness and an end to ossified dogmas. Student demonstrations at Tiananmen Square in Beijing were brutally repressed. The post-reform period had seen the emergence of debates on way to develop China. Growing revival of traditional ideas of Confucianism, an argument that China can build a modern society based on its own traditions rather than simply copying the West. The story of Taiwan. Taiwan had been a Japanese colony since the Chinese ceded it after the 1894-95 war with Japan. The Carrier Declaration and the Potsdam Proclamation restored sovereignty to China. The GMT under Chiang Kai-shek went on to establish a repressive government forbidding the freedom of speech, political opposition banned. They excluded the local population from position of power. They carried out land reforms that increased agriculture productivity and modernized the economy. Transformation of Taiwan into a democracy after the death of Chiang in 1975. Martial law lifted in 1987 and opposition parties were legally permitted. Diplomatically, most countries have only trade missions in Taiwan instead of completing diplomatic ties because of it is considered to be the part of China. The question of reunification with the mainland remain a continuous issue, but cross-strait relations have been improving. China may be willing to tolerate a semi-autonomous Taiwan as long as it gave up any move to seek independence. Two roads of modernization. The history of Japan and China show that different historical conditions led them on widely divergent paths to building independent and modern nations. Japan was successful in retaining its independence and using traditional skills and practice in new ways. In the Sino-Japan War, China faced a humiliating defeat. On 17th April 1895, Treaty of Shimonoseki was signed between China and Japan, ending the First Sino-Japanese War. The Chinese became vulnerable after their defeat and declared that both China and Japan needed reforms for modernization. Sino-Japanese War served the basis for the Anglo-Japanese alliance in 1902. The Chinese path to modernization was very different. Foreign imperialism, both Western and Japanese, combined with the hesitant and unsure Qing dynasty to weaken government control. The 19th and the 20th century saw a rejection of tradition and a search for way to build national unity and strength. Students, that's all for this chapter. Please take a quick look and read these notes very carefully. Read your NCERT chapter very carefully and mark 1 mark questions. Thank you. Have a nice day.